Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. Today we have a silver price analysis for May 2020. Will the price break out to new highs? That's what people are speculating. A lot of people are bullish for silver in the short term. I'm more bullish for the medium to long term, where I see a lot more potential, as this is just the beginning. But let's see what they have to say. The link to this article from capital.com will be in the description if you want to check it out yourself. So anyway, with that said, let's jump into it. So a rapid rally in May has lifted the silver price back to where it started the year, after plummeting 38% in March when the virus pandemic hit industrial demand. And that's definitely true. Silver's so tied to the economy that when this virus hit and everything was grinding to a halt, silver also was hurt by that. While gold continues to lead precious metals higher in response to fiscal policies, silver has been riding a bullish wave, with governments around the world starting to relax restrictions on industrial activity. The market has rebounded by 53% from the March lows, and the current silver price trend is showing potential for further gains. That move has investors asking, what is the outlook for silver prices, and are silver prices expected to rise even higher? This article recaps the metal's recent performance and analysts' view of the silver price in 2020. Scroll down for a video which David Jones, chief market strategist at capital.com, provides an update on the latest silver price news using silver chart analysis to set up a trade to capitalize on the market's momentum. Silver price analysis in May 2020. Precious metals rally on rising investment demand. This silver price has been on a roller coaster so far in 2020. Ranging between $11.77 per ounce, that's the low, and a 5-month high of $18.96 per ounce. It climbed from $14.94 per ounce at the start of this month to hit $18.03 per ounce on May 20th, with industrial consumption of the metal and investment demand rising simultaneously. So it looks like there's a direct correlation to silver's price when people want it, and demand is going to keep rising with 5G technology. We have 5G technology, we have electric vehicles, and silver definitely plays a huge role in the industry. So silver is used in a range of industrial applications, from electronics, semiconductors, to batteries, solar panels, water purification, and LED lighting, as well as jewelry. Expectations of a drop in physical demand for the metal began to exert downward pressure on the silver market in February as this virus pandemic spread, shutting production at factories around the world. Industrial consumption accounts for more than half of the annual demand for silver, compared with just 10% in the gold market. But the resumption of operations at some facilities in May has boosted sentiment, especially as lockdowns to slow the spread of the virus have disrupted silver mining in South America, which accounts for the bulk of the global production. Silver mining companies in Mexico, the world's largest producer, are scheduled to return to operations by June 1st, having been shut down for 2 months. Production has also been suspended for much of April and May in Peru and Bolivia, which Mexico and Peru, they accumulate 40% of all global silver production, just those two countries alone. So silver supply and demand deficit is expected to widen this year as the fall in production outweighs the fall in industrial demand, according to analysts at TD Securities. Supply is forecast to fall 959 million ounces in 2020 from 1,003 million ounces in 2019, while demand is set up to fall 1,096 million ounces in 2020 from 1,127 million ounces last year. On the investment front, while March lows were prompted by a broad sell-off in the financial markets, investors have increasingly turned to precious metals given their traditional status as safe haven assets. The silver market diverged from a gold price as the flight to safety initially focused on gold, which gained as much as 21% from late March to mid-April and has since stabilized. The gold to silver ratio, the amount of silver required to buy 1 ounce of gold, climbed to a record high of 125 in April, compared with an average of 60, as investors loaded up on gold in their portfolios rather than other precious metals. But the rise in demand for industrial metal has started to lift those markets along with gold. The record high ratio indicated that silver was undervalued relative to gold, and there was a scope for the silver price to rise. The ratio had fallen to around 100, remaining well above the long-term average. So even though we see the average going downwards, it's still extremely high compared to 60 to 1, which we're used to seeing. Bearish economic statistics, including Purchasing Managers Index PMI figures, Consumer Price Index numbers, and unemployment claims, are boosting precious metals prices. Preliminary composite PMI figures for May showed industrial and commercial activity, while rising remains in contraction. The IHS Market Flash Composite US PMI was 36.4 for May, and from April 27th, with a number below 50 indicating a contraction. The figure for the Eurozone was 30.5 from 13.6 in April, while Japan it was 27.4 in May from 25.8 in April. Further action by the U.S. Federal Reserve, which has cut interest rates and provided unprecedented liquidity to the financial markets, could push down the U.S. dollar and, in turn, lift precious metals prices further. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell has indicated in his public comments earlier this month that the central bank will continue to provide financial stimulus until the U.S. economy recovers. With a balance sheet given a green light to grow much further and lots of options on the forward guidance front, this should continue to be supportive on gold's and silver prices. And that's definitely true. You know, the more we pump these dollar bills into the system, the more inflation we have, the higher gold and silver prices are going to go. So it's all looking like gold and silver are going in the green. The rally, and if you want to check out this video, it will also be in the description. So the rally has further room to run while silver prices continue to rise. Silver technical analysis shows that the next resistance level above $17.60 per ounce is the February high at $18.95. While there is support at $15 per ounce and the $13 per ounce level, the RSI is extremely overbought, indicating the market has become overstretched, but short-term weakness in prices could present a buying opportunity. While deteriorating industrial demand has provided a strong headwind against silver prices, leading silver's performance to lag gold's, it may now become a tailwind, according to analysts at TD Securities. Silver has increasingly been driven by a commodity demand. At the same time, however, we note that silver ETF holdings have been higher correlated to gold of late, suggesting investment demand for precious metals theme is also flowing to silver. So the TD analysts anticipate that silver's price has further to run. In as much as commodity demand continues to firm, the context of rising investment flows in precious metals, combined with rising commodity demand, creates the setup for explosive performance. Particularly considering the constrained supply and the low speculative interest, net speculative length in silver ETF holdings remains relatively low, leaving scope for additional buying as sentiment shifts, with some flows potentially rotating from gold to silver. So are people going to start transferring their money from gold into silver? We know it's going to come from stock markets. It can come from so many different things. But looking at gold into silver, as the gold to silver ratio lowers, as silver starts to outperform gold, is going to be an interesting thing as well. But analysts at Capital Economics argued last week that the outlook for silver prices is relatively poor for the remainder of 2020. Our research suggests that silver price is becoming more correlated with gold than industrial metals. However, its closer relationship with gold does not mean it is a comparable safe haven. In their most recent silver analysis, the analysts said, going forward, we expect the silver price to underperform gold through the end of 2020 as the global economy slowly revives in the second half of the year. We suspect that any marginal silver price gains accrued from industrial demand will be more than offset by falling safe haven investment, pulling silver prices lower by end of year. So that's one perspective on it. Like I said, a lot of people aren't very bullish on the short term for silver prices, but the medium to long term looks like that's where all the potential is going to be. It's really up for time to tell. No one has a crystal ball. No one can go into the future and see what's going to happen. So many different things could happen. A second wave of the virus could happen. We have the 2020 presidential election, which is going to be interesting. We know that anytime there's economic uncertainty or times of economic turmoil or controversy and chaos, we know that definitely leads to higher silver prices as a safe haven store of value. So as silver is seen with gold as a monetary metal more and more, especially as demand rises, I think we're going to see rising precious metals prices, but definitely silver's time is coming sooner than later. I definitely think the 3 to 6 month range, we're going to see mid $20 silver. 3 to 5 year range, we could see $100+ silver, and that's that's not even exaggerating. That's given the circumstances, given the history from 2008 to 2011. We're looking at $50 silver accrue over a short period of time, given the same circumstances that are happening now, heading into a depression. It's going to be interesting. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you thought this video was educational, informational, or at least just entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. Let's see if this video can get 200 likes. Everyone go like the video right now. The link to this article from capital.com will be in the description. Hope you enjoy this. This was Silver Slayer. I'm out. Peace.